Welcome to Johnny Cool live stream. Um, we're still waiting for our guest, which will be Mesa Melt. So hopefully you guys can see what we're showing. I'll get this up on my phone so I can see what I'm streaming. Sorry for the silence. Okay. Sorry for the silence. So we're going to have a special guest today, and that's going to be Mesa Melt. We're going to have a special guest today. He's having some technical difficulties, but I'm going to do my show intro, and I don't have like cool drops like these other channels have yet. But interestingly enough, I did find there is a Johnny Cool already in existence. And hey, Curtis, how you doing? So I'm gonna pull up my infinity screen and see if I can show some of this stuff. So I have a playlist that I made, and I'm going to just play just a little bit of it so we don't get a copyright strike. Hopefully you guys can see what's happening. Trying to look at it on my phone here so that I'm trying to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to just play a little bit of this, not too much, just as our intro. I think I'm going to stop that right there because I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't be something that YouTube would like. But that's my intro. So did you guys hear that? I'm not sure if the sound. No, I didn't share the audio. I'm sorry. Let me do that again. Oh, okay. I forgot to click a button. Here we go. All right, let me do it just again from here. I'm not going to play too much of this because we know that it'll probably get copyright.
This is the story of Johnny Cool. It tells the tale of his life. They say Johnny was meant to be and content to be mixed up in sorrow and strife. He lived by the gun and by the knife.
Johnny Cool, Johnny Cool.
He lived by the gun and by the knife.
Cool, Johnny Cool.
So that's enough for that. I know I can't really play too much of that one, but but that's a good advertisement for that movie, right? I mean, so you know they can. I won't even bill them for that advertisement, right? So still waiting for Massa to show up, and that's going to be my special guest today, and that will be Mesa Melt. I think he's having trouble finding the stream. But what I'm going to do is just before Massa gets here, I did make him a nice little logo for just for the stream. I'm sorry for all these technical difficulties that we're seeing. So I did make him a little introduction uh, thumbnail. I'm going to drop the link again here for you, Doug, and then put that into the chat. Hopefully you can access it from here. But just before the show there, I was actually setting up a little folder of some messes. There's quite a few actually that are pretty interesting. Okay, so Doug's just now getting onto the StreamYard. But this mesa is the Mesa Verde, and this is the one where it's basically an entire village inside the side of this, what they would call a mountain. Now, I know it's difficult for folks to see that don't really look at this kind of stuff, but these are clearly buildings, undeniably buildings. But you can see the apertures plainly on these buildings. And if these had gotten more melted than they are now, you would have these apertures in this what would be called rock, basically. I'm just wanting to buy time whilst we're waiting on Mesa to get prepared. Hopefully we can get him on here in a minute. Let me see if he's in the backstage. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna. You hear me, Doug?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Excited to be here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show. So, I don't know how you want to proceed. Do you want to? I'll probably just give you the screen, and you can bring up your images, and we'll talk about them as we go along.
Sure, why not? I'm still
Okay.
trying to figure it all out here. I'm always on my phone. I'm never on the computer, and boy, it threw me for a curve this morning.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that. How to allow you to present. How do I do that? Do you know how I do that, Doug?
Yeah,
Allow you to.
it it just says present on my end.
Okay. So can
Share
you?
screen.
Are you able to?
Huh. Let's
Is it
see.
letting you share?
Nope.
I'm not sure if we're seeing anything on our end.
Hang on.
I mean, I'm guessing you have the ability to share, or do I have to allow that or something?
I think so. So I'm on. Got the infinity screen. It won't let me click share.
Okay. Um, I don't know how to do that actually.
Can everyone in chat hear me pretty well?
They can hear you talking, but they don't see anything.
Can you
But
guys hear me?
I don't know how to do that. How to share? How allow you to do that? Let me see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not very good at this. So how do I allow that? I don't even. Does anyone in the chat know how to do that? How you allow the screen sharing?
Oh, hang on. Can you guys see my screen?
Okay, there you go. There you go. Add to stage. I just saw it there. So yeah. And I'm pretty sure we want to do full screen on that. So it's over to you, Doug. And I'm going to watch the chat
Can we see?
whilst you're doing it. Yep.
You guys see that? See, this morning it was going in reverse. Yep, still is. This is up in Colorado. Trying to think of the name. Oh, what the heck is the name of the place? It's way up in the hills there. Just some old world brick buildings here. There is of course, there's a Freemason temple here.
Yep. Colorado, very
Right.
interesting.
Zoom in here.
I don't know if you want to make it full screen,
Space.
Doug, on your end.
Thought it was. I think it's the way I took the pictures. I didn't have the phone sideways, so it gets
If you
better.
click on the bottom right where the little arrows are, the two little arrows, and then it'll be full screen. over to the right.
Uh,
See the little
Yes, it is.
diagonal arrow? Yeah. There you
yeah,
go.
I did, but
Right
it's
there.
still
Oh yeah. Sorry.
But look at this
Just want to make sure.
transition here.
Yeah.
See this at the bottom? You guys see
Yep.
the mouse there, the cursor?
Pretty obvious.
Like you've said many times, you're like, who the heck builds this way? You know?
Yes. It's a good
It
point.
just makes no sense to me. This one really caught my eye. It's like, who does this? You got some
Yes.
newer cinder block here. There's an old destroyed old building here.
It's definitely a
This is
obvious.
Go ahead.
You know. No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
I'm just wondering how old this stuff is. Right here is a good one. Right here at the bottom, the base.
Yeah.
What's going on
That's
here?
crazy. Yeah, they just shoved old blocks down in there, right? And then built a nice wall on top of it.
The rounded look to it. They knew what they were doing back then. Why did they make it so ugly? You know?
It's just nonsense. It's really
might be a little
nonsense.
cooked out. Yeah, and here's
Certainly.
an old wall here. You can see the bricks, brick, and just totally cooked. Really wish I can remember the town. It's a little tourist town.
I never remember the picture. I take pictures and I never remember where it is. I should write it down.
Yeah, I kind of went here on accident. If it was up to me, I would have never came to this little town because all of these buildings, they're all casinos on both sides of the street. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got stuck there for a night, so we just got the room, stayed, and then we left the next morning.
Yeah.
Cripple Creek. This is what this town's called.
Those
Cripple
little
Creek, Colorado.
Those little mountain towns, Colorado, up and around there. Yeah, they're very interesting. They're very interesting. Just even from just a scenic point of view, it's nice touristy type area.
Of course, and up here they're mining the crap out of the mountain.
Oh yeah. But those buildings, though, Doug, if you just go back, those buildings it's $2,000 for that town.
Mm-hmm.
There's why would you build them so decoratively? Like even that, is that a post office or something right there with the American flag above it? It's just so ornate.
Yeah, probably. Well, look at that. That kind of looks a little Freemasonry.
Yes, but it's always so ornate. Why? I mean, I thought they were struggling.
All the archways and the windows.
Yeah.
Why don't we build that way today? It was only the 1800s.
Right.
It was easier back then.
We forgot. Forgot how to build something.
Yeah, and here's a little halfway doorway. That's right at street level there. Here's another one. This was a good one. Yeah, I was taking the pictures back then, and I was just asking myself why. What's the purpose?
I know. There's none of it makes sense. None of it. Look at the size of those blocks at the bottom there. What? Why?
Yeah.
Would you start like that? And then you've got this beautiful brick wall on top of that. It makes no sense.
Why build an arch right here at the foundation?
Yeah. What's behind that board?
Foundation.
I wish you had to rip that board off to see what was behind there.
I think it's just it's another board nailed up on the inside. is what I thought. Can't zoom in and really. You couldn't really see in.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Here's
Yes,
another
like,
little small town that's next to Cripple Creek. I think this was Victorburg. You can see these awesome old buildings, 1899, or so they say.
yeah, 1899.
1899. Both of them
Did
say
they even have
1899.
extension cords? They didn't even have an extension cord, right? At that point, right?
I don't think so.
No,
Or at least they tell us they didn't.
right.
They may not have needed extension cords back then
That maybe not.
with the technology that's lost on us. Here we go. Here's the Mason Hall. Let's zoom in right there. You guys can see it. And we're just walking around this little town. It's like, of course, there's a Freemason building. There's a little
Always.
flags there.
Always.
1899, they were there claiming the free brick.
Freemasonry.
These windows here, I thought those were neat.
Yeah.
But it's out in the
kinda
middle
pretty.
of nowhere. The hills of Colorado, this town just pops up. That's a huge building right there. Look at that archway, the doorways there.
Yeah, that's just too grand for where it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the time period. When are they saying that one? Is that an 1800s structure there?
Yeah, this is right next to the 1899 buildings.
Yeah. It's just too grand for that age, you would think.
Can't read the sign there. Just insane.
Absolutely.
I think this is their little courthouse or city hall. There's all of this on top. Yeah, I guess the town's just called Victor,
insane.
Colorado.
I'm sorry, but that's insane. Was that a post office again, right?
Yeah, City Hall, I believe.
City Hall. What on earth?
In the
What's
middle
on
of
top
nowhere.
of there? There's a little dome on top of there. They still have it up on there.
Yeah, there is. It's still
What
there.
on earth?
Maybe
They
it still
love
works.
their domes,
Yeah, and then you can just look in the background here. Look at this flat
Yes.
90-degree angle coming over here.
You don't even really pay attention to the backdrop, right? If you're not looking at the melt, you would kind of look at that and go, oh, it's a beautiful scenic picture. It goes up into the hills. But once
What a pretty
you're
background.
seeing it, you're like, yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't
there
really
too.
see it.
This is just a little pocket. Either a little pocket of survival or these, I don't know. Who the heck would build like this after the X Factor?
Yeah, no.
I think they're just pockets of survival,
Yeah, definitely. These are good shots, Doug.
There's a big old building. That's Pikes Peak, I believe.
Oh. That's where the Continental Divide is, right? Is that what they call it?
I do believe. Maybe.
Something
I
like
know
that.
it's somewhere around there. I've been on the Continental Divide and more southern into Mexico. Drove over it.
Yeah. I don't believe in continents, so I think it's all one. So
That's that Pikes Peak right there above the tree line. Here we go. This is more matching your thumbnail now.
Ah, yes. Here we go. Here we go.
This place is right outside of uh, the big Colorado city. What the
Now
heck?
they've painted that red color, haven't they? They've painted that. It looks like with a color there. Am I right about that?
I don't believe not. It's not painted. That's just all the red rock.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's just
It
adobe is
matches
what they call it.
the railings. It matched the railing color. That's why I was kind of wondering.
Oh, I'm for sure they painted the railings to match that.
I don't know. It's just I think they try to hide it. They hide it, Doug. Try to hide it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
If you put like a paint or something on top of it, and then you don't notice it. Really,
but this color of the rock, I mean, I know that's
that's
quote
natural.
natural.
Okay, interesting.
And they allowed us to walk inside all of this. You could take a little tour. For a
It's just so
price, though.
interesting. The bricks, some of the bricks are really in really, really good shape, right? But others
Hmm.
are not.
Yeah, they call this their silo, their granary.
Oh yeah, good story.
This little area,
Interesting
and then
story.
these wooden posts right here. I just don't see. I don't know. I think wood rots over some time, and I think they're trying to pull a fast one. And some of this stuff they build themselves just to say that give us history.
Yes.
I just don't. I just don't see all these wooden posts just holding up forever.
No.
I think they have a team probably come in once a year and touch it up, fix it up, just to keep the narrative going.
Absolutely. Always.
I've seen stuff like this naturally out in the wild. It does not preserve itself.
Okay.
It just continues to crumble with water, rain. Is it a cooked out brick ash just with meets water just turns into mud?
Yes. Yes. It makes sense. It really does.
Well, this is a big moneymaker that can't have it just going to waste.
No, no. Yeah. I mean, if you can make money out of it, they're going to do it. So,
Yeah, another angle. It was a busy day there that day. Of course, you can come over here and get a $20 coffee if you like. I
oh,
did not.
$20 for a coffee. That's insane, bro.
That's outrageous. I'm exaggerating, but not by much. There we go. They just built their little brick houses inside of a carved out cave, right?
Yeah.
I was just chuckling to myself through this whole tour.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
It's definitely
what's
much
that?
more
Oh, there's some
interesting
deer.
going these places now that you can see it,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. This right here, some of you should recognize it. The Garden of the Gods.
Garden of the Gods. Sounds glorious.
You've heard of this
There's,
place?
there's a lot of windows up there I'm seeing on the side of
That's
that
what
there, Doug. Right? I'm sorry. Did I
it
steal
just
your
looks like.
thunder?
No, no, no. I'm glad you said that because that was the
Didn't
first
mean
thing
to.
I thought walking up on this place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like huge skyscrapers that were just melted down to this. It's the camera doesn't do it justice. Being there is just awesome.
Right. Yeah, without a really great quality camera, you don't really get, good images. But the windows were plain to see on the
This
side of
guy's
that one, you know, and still are
yeah. Look at these
on that one too.
knuckleheads.
What are they up
Guy
to?
up here just climbing a rock.
Abseiling down there,
We
I
just thought
guess.
it was neat. Uh, Repelling.
Oh, okay. Still seeing
We just
apertures
happened to get
all
there.
up in that thing. There's
Yes,
apertures
yes.
all over it.
The lines, the mortar lines there.
Yeah, it's kind of gelled together because when it melted, it would have all ran together basically and became
Hmm.
solid, a one solid block. But you can still see the divisions though.
Sure. There's a little jumbled mess. That was cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's a
These are
little
good pictures.
jack wagon up there.
Yeah, that is not a jackwagon free zone.
Yeah, it's not. I'm sure there's plenty of jack wagons wandering about.
Yeah,
This
no
little
doubt.
window archway up top. That was neat.
Oh, that one's great.
We got there a
Yeah,
little
they're
late in the
almost
day.
there's.
I wanted
I
to come
see.
back here the next morning. Yeah.
That's an interesting picture, Doug. Because there's another one I think to the right of the one you pointed out, just to the right of it. That looks like a doorway that's just closed over a little bit more. Yeah, where your cursor is almost there. Maybe it's just the lighting, but I thought it was. But that one
Oh,
at
I'm
the
sure
top,
it is.
man, destruction.
Absolutely. That little like column, maybe a column that melted and fell over.
Yeah, yep. Seems like it, Doug.
This little close-up shot at the ground level. Maybe there was a water pipe.
Yep, maybe. That opening at the bottom there is what you're saying might be a
Yeah, these
water.
opening,
Yeah.
plumbing.
I bet if we were to dig into that mountain, we'd find all kind of stuff, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
If you started just going into it, you'd probably find all kind of metal and stuff, I would imagine.
Straight lines, melting into itself.
Yeah. All flowing together. Looks like a top just fell off it, right? It just kind of it was
Yeah.
too weak to
There's
support itself.
There's these knuckleheads. Knuckleheads are back up there. I'm walking around the other side of this.
Back in the day, I would have probably done that. Actually, just saying.
Yeah,
My
I could
dad
probably
said
go
I
up
had.
about 20 foot and I'd be done.
My dad said I had a worm on the brain, which meant like had to be doing stuff all the time. This crazy stuff, right? That's the way he would say it. Oh, there's all kind of apertures on that one, Doug.
Yeah, this one's nuts.
Openings, like a block of cheese.
I wonder if you can go in here. What if it opens up?
Good. Yep, that's. Kind of want to get right on in there on that one.
It's like this grayer stuff is, I don't know, the facade or it's because it's or just cooked out more than the internals.
That's what I always was wondering is why the color differentiation, Doug. But like you're saying, with the fascia on it, it may end up more
Hmm.
gray, like more lighter color because of that, all mixing together.
Well, I'm sure that they had mortar, so I'm sure they had concrete also.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
no doubt. If they're building that building, they definitely had concrete, bro. I'm just saying. Yeah, they had a lot more than
more
we
like
know about.
an insulator, for the charged bricks.
True, true. Oh, I'm sure there was a purpose for every part of the building, right?
Hmm.
Very interesting.
Lots of apertures in this place.
Man, that one's crazy. The one on the outside looks like it's about to fall off. You know what I mean? Like a hot dog.
Hmm. That's more of a close up of that one previous picture.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. This is one of those wanting to come across. It's as clear as day right here. Bricklayer, 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 bricklayer. Just,
Yeah, man. It's quite obvious in that one, isn't it?
hmm.
They're a bit squished, but you can still make them out, really.
Bit squished, a bit janky, a little muffed up, but they're still
Janky and
there.
muffed up. And again, if you were to
Did,
probably like break a piece off the side of that, just like jackhammered it off, you'd probably see it more
mm,
defined, right? On the inside.
yeah, yeah. I didn't have my pickaxe with me on this trip.
No, no. Uh, Probably don't recommend it anyway because we need you out of jail.
Well, they
Just now.
yeah they kind of frown upon that in national parks.
Yes, I bet. Oh, dude, that's plain as day up there, just where you were a minute ago. The bricks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that. It's all plain to me now, but I'm saying for people who don't get it, like just where you are right now, like there's a
Hmm.
bunch of preserved bricks right there that haven't been covered over yet. That's interesting, Doug. Very good.
This one's neat. Just like you see the flow coming down.
Yeah, that's crazy structure there.
Yeah, I think some of these were like huge statues.
Yeah,
Perhaps on top of the building.
and
That's why
for
they kind
anyone
of look kind of
watching,
monumental.
yes, yes, for anyone watching, like so geology teaches this took millions of years of layers and layers and layers and layers and layers. Well, what's more ridiculous to say that happened or it's a melted building? I mean, which one is more ridiculous? You got to look at that, right?
Hmm.
I mean, the millions of layers thing is
Yep.
totally ridiculous.
Could have been three structures right there. Another Yahoo climbing up the rock.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would climb up here and see where this little cave goes. Seeing this.
I think it's difficult for people to envision on a large scale like this, Doug. I think it's quite hard for them to see that this could have been a building. You know, the
Sure.
narrative has just kind of closed their mind towards that. Uh, you know, it's a difficult one right now. But the more you look at it, the more obvious it is in the same
I
sense.
think so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people think we're nuts because we're, uh, changing what they see as a scientific proof, right? Evolution,
Uh-huh.
evolutionary geology. But we're just saying, look, it's not, and it can't be. Those apertures are just like people wouldn't see that as like a door, right? If you're just looking with
Right.
eyes that can't see it, that's just a natural formation. But it can't be. Why? Why would it be a natural formation? Why?
No
Millions of
way.
light. It can't because a layer. If a layer took, I don't know how long they say these layers take to form to build up in geology, right? But by the time the next layer comes along, who knows what's happened? There's been rain. There's been it. It would never be like that in
Mm-mm.
my mind.
And I don't buy the erosion story either. How
No,
all of these have been eroded over millennia in time. Nah, I don't
right?
think so.
It wouldn't be like that
It's the same
anyway.
way with the worn down steps. They look melted because people have been walking on them for thousands of years. It's like bull jive. Get out of here.
Right? Yeah, wore them out.
Don't buy it.
And twisted them as well. Like didn't just wear the top of it
Yeah,
out. It twisted them. Which is impossible. So
and the dang sure didn't carve them that way.
right.
Another angle at this. Here we go. Check out this one. Just squared off as can be.
Yeah.
Squared off again.
And then that big line that goes right down the middle of it, the big what looks like a crack, right? Is that
Mm-hmm.
where one
I think
building
this is.
fell onto another?
I
Like
do
one
believe so.
building fell onto the other one? Yeah,
Yep.
it's two
Yep.
separate
Melted into
structures.
itself
Yeah,
right here.
that's what it
I mean,
seems
look at
like.
this corner right here. It's 90-degree. It's squared off right here, all the way up.
Yeah.
And it just gets nuts down here at the bottom. I bet you can go in this little hole here and pop out this bottom one.
Yeah, I would imagine. There's probably a bunch of what we would call caves in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Look at the
Because of the
straight lines right
ruins
here,
and stuff.
almost a triangle.
Yeah, that's interesting. Unnatural
Just a
shape right there.
window going janky.
Yes, that's interesting.
And then there was this one part of this park. Everything's red except for this huge part right here that's just all gray.
Yeah.
There's another shot of it.
What's your thoughts on why it would all congeal in the one area like that?
Uh, different building material.
Yeah. But I noticed that it tends to be in one area, like accumulated in one area. I don't
Uh,
know. I just wonder.
how about a hot spot?
Yeah, I guess maybe hotter than another spot. Yeah, could be.
Because it looks the same, but it's just different color.
Yeah,
Maybe less apertures. And
when I was out there, I noticed there
here
was
we go.
like green. There'd be like a green tinge on it too, little color.
Hmm.
I think there's
This
some
right
of it
here,
in that one too.
yes, definitely. I would say it's greenish gray. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Up
sorry. Go
here on
ahead.
top, when I said like statues on top, to me, even in person, it looks like a face up there.
Yeah, it does. That's interesting.
It's stuck out
Is
to
that a
me.
titan? Is it a titan?
Yeah,
Titan giant?
you never know.
yeah.
But you can see the lines here all throughout it.
Oh, absolutely.
Ain't no thousands of years of layering either.
The more you look at it, the easier it gets to see it. You know.
Yep. Now we're back to the red rock. Yes, definitely. I would say it's greenish gray. Yeah. Be nice to have a little apartment up here.
Yeah. We need
Be a
James
great
here.
view.
He could tell us how much those apartments are up there. JJ, right? He I love the way he does that. You know, it's like a realtor selling these places.
Yeah. You can have it for $1,500 a month. Nice studio
That's
apartment.
yep, one room. That's hilarious, man.
Again, you can see the angling straight lines up at the top.
Yep. And again, I know for some and people who know me,
There's a
especially in my
corner.
chats, they they may not have thought about the grandness of this, like the large scale of the melt.
Hmm.
They see the buildings, they see these great buildings, and oh, we couldn't have built these. But when it comes to this stuff, it's more difficult to understand, I guess, because of the lies that we've been told about it, Doug.
Hmm. Our whole lives, we've been told a lie.
Yeah,
And all the
absolutely.
constant programming. I like this straight line coming up and angling over.
Yep, looks like one
You
fell
see
on
some
another again.
you see some drippage right here. Down here again. I like the picture also. Looks like a couple towers here melting into one big blob.
Yeah, yep, that's cool, man.
And all these huge openings.
Yeah, that's cool. And how does geology explain those little openings?
Oh, what's their? They don't explain the openings away, but they try to explain these. The Garden of the Gods. What do they say? They shot up out of the ground during tectonic plate movement. Blah blah
Yes.
blah blah blah.
Yep. Tectonic plate movement seems like a common one that they use, right?
Yeah. A chunk of that big old gray green rock. I think we might be getting. Yeah, that's all on that one. That is my brother's hand, by the way. That is not my fifth thumbnail.
I love that picture. That's awesome, dude. What is that thing?
We call him the horny toad because of all the
Oh,
horns, not because he's Randy.
okay. Is he? I mean, I guess you can just pick them up. They're not dangerous or anything, so that's cool.
No, they say they can spit blood at you, but we've never
Oh,
seen that. But they're just little
no.
lizards. You turn them over on their back and rub their belly, and they'll go to sleep.
Right. I'm gonna.
Yeah. And here we're in Mexico. There's a cholla cactus. You don't ever want to fall into one of them.
Yeah.
Snake, rats. I don't know where I am my pictures here, so I got to keep going. Hang on, grainy video won't let me skip it. I guess I might be at the end. Let's see here. Oh, that was the end of that one.
Nice picture.
You got.
I can't hear you, Doug. I don't know if you're saying anything, but
Oh, I said, do you have any? No?
for me to show, yeah, I had a couple of things.
Computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and they weren't. They're mess. They're messes, but they're not from America. So I'm just gonna take your one out of the StreamYard, and then I'll
Yeah.
put me in there. So I have to talk myself through these things, Doug. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
step
I'm
by
not
step.
sharing anymore, right?
No, I'm sharing now. So yeah, so I had
Okay. Good.
a couple of images, and these were just other masses, but not in America. Well, I think this one actually is in America. The Verde one. Hopefully, everybody can
Mm-hmm.
can see that image right there. And this is
Is
okay.
that
All the image
Chaco?
is it what now?
Sorry. Go ahead.
You're breaking up a little bit.
I was just saying, is that Chaco Canyon? Was that Chaco Canyon or?
I think so. I'm not exactly familiar. It said uh, Verde, Mesa Verde. It was the
Yeah, I
title
freak.
that was on it. But this is just to show people. Look, all the images that Doug just showed right now. Um, okay, they look like just mountains and solid uh, rock, right? From the untrained eye, from someone who doesn't look at this stuff, you're thinking it's just a big rock mound, right? But this is Mesa Verde, and when they dug into the side of this thing, there was a buildings inside it. Isn't that pretty telling that there are structures in behind this thing, behind what looks like just a regular mountain, what you would call a mountain, and that's Mesa Verde, and I have a couple of that one just to look at how intricate these little buildings were. And I would imagine these are destroyed. I imagine these looked a lot cleaner when they were first built, and these have been destroyed, and they're inside this mountain. They discovered this. Feel free to comment, Doug, on anything I'm saying here, but it's just to show
Yeah,
people there is stuff behind these mountains, and it happens all the time. They
absolutely.
had one in what was the one in China where the side fell off the mountain? I wish I had that picture, and a doorway behind it, like an ornate doorway, not a hand carved, uh, hole. It was an
Yeah, I
actual
remember
doorway.
seeing that.
Just another picture of
Yeah, how
how.
far?
how Go ahead, Doug.
Just saying, how far does this city actually go back in the melted structure there?
Exactly. Exactly. They've only uncovered what's at the front of it. I mean, if they went on in there, it probably goes right onto the other side of it, and it's so
Hmm.
intricate as well. I mean, what is all these openings here? Like, did everyone have a swimming pool? Did all these people have a swimming pool in their garden? Right? Why is there all these holes? They obviously aren't swimming pools, right? They're obviously something else. And maybe these were towers
Charge.
that would go up with a stairway in it, right? You could go to the next level, or maybe pipes, like you say, Doug, sometimes, right? But there's too many.
Aquifers. Yeah.
But look how many there is, though. It's too many, Doug. They're right beside each other, too. It just doesn't make sense why I have so many of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know we don't know, right? We don't really know everything about this stuff. We're just looking at it and trying to discover what happened. Like this one here looks a bit misshapen. It's circular, but then it's got this little uh, add-on here. I don't know. I almost thinking it's a stairway of some kind or some kind of a way to get to the next level. Don't know.
Also, I think they try to deceive us too. And what if they're disguising some of this and calling it something else, and they add their own little masonry to it just to cover it up?
That's true. That's true. There's always
Yeah.
going to be that financial incentive, isn't there, Doug, to cover
Hmm.
this up? Like if you're a geologist and you're getting a six-figure salary, or an archaeologist getting a six-figure salary, you're going to make up whatever story you can, right, to try to keep your work important.
Yep.
I
Keep it
mean, it's
relevant.
like anything. Yeah. And it's like the
Keep them
NASA
asleep.
stuff too. Yeah. It's like the NASA stuff too. If there's money involved in it, they're going to make up a story to make their job important. So you keep on
Yeah,
doing
I
it.
like that picture there.
It's gorgeous. I think that's the Grand Canyon one. Uh, uh, I I took one. This is like what I had taken. I was over here at this area, and I know hard to imagine the entire thing to be a building. But
Yeah.
what's the alternative? You've got to ask yourself, what is the alternative? Geology, right? Millions of layers built up over millions of years, billions of years. So you have to ask yourself, which one is more logical?
Hmm.
Would you agree with that, Doug? I mean, you've
I
got to make the decision, right?
absolutely.
Like
Yep.
what is,
I
and
had
and you
my
kind
own
of,
pictures.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Is there a middle? There's no middle ground that I can see there, Doug, between those two.
Uh-uh.
Is there? Maybe I'm missing something.
Not really.
I think it's one or the
It's
other,
either
isn't
you
it?
believe the lie or you wake up to the truth.
Yeah. And then here's another crazy one. Zoom in here.
Look at that.
Isn't that insane? How would a geologist explain that? I mean, I know they got all these stories that they can do about it, but it doesn't make sense. None of it's logical, right?
No, if they say erosion, but if it was eroding at different layers like that, the water is going to take it all. Or,
Yeah,
in big, massive chunks, it's not going to,
it's a good point.
man, that's not the way water
It's not.
behaves.
No, it's not going to leave little thin layers. It's just going to wipe the whole thing out.
Mm-mm.
It's not going to be selective.
Hmm.
It's hilarious. But then here you still got the apertures, right, on your what was
Hmm.
a building. Um, I don't want to talk uh, over people, Doug. You know what I mean? As far as like, I know people don't really see it right away. I didn't. I argued with it.
Hmm.
I had to rationalize it in my own mind to say, what is this teaching? Who's and what are the two choices, or are there more choices than just two? I know people like to go with alien technology and stuff, but that's still not geology, though.
No, I
Moving on to
don't know
this
about
next one here, Doug.
anyone's.
Now, this is supposed to be Jericho, right? Jericho. That's the narrative,
There's
anyway,
some pockets.
right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's supposed to be in Palestine, right? And this thing is built into the side of this mountain. You would think that's what they're going to tell you, that they built this on purpose in the side of this mountain. You
Right.
look at the height of it. You're going to have to get scaffolding. This isn't even the bottom. The picture doesn't show the bottom. I think I have a better one
The proof
that
is
does.
the proof is in the transition right there. If you zoom in and watch it go from brick to rock, it's like how did they build that?
Yeah, uh,
How do they
I,
blend it in like that?
dude. And there's your aperture again, Doug, for your water, right? Looks
Yep.
like a water pipe
There's the
opening.
plumbing hole.
And here you go. The transition that Doug's talking about. Someone explain that.
Hmm.
Someone
Make it make
explain
sense.
how that can be part of this brick. It's part of it. I mean,
Some jackwagon would like to explain it to you.
I cannot.
Over
You cannot
millions of
rationalize
years.
that. How can you rationalize that? Right?
Hmm.
I mean, Doug, we can see it, and I think it's a spiritual battle. Honestly, Doug, I cannot think why anybody could look at this and go, "Oh, that eroded. That was erosion right there. This was natural, and this was not." I don't know how anybody can
Yeah,
rationalize that.
the water just turned the brick into boulders. Sure.
There's another one. That was. I'm sorry, the quality's not quite good there. Just a bit pixely, but these are all bricks. They're all bricks. You know, it's straight.
Yep.
And then this is a rock, apparently, that's just stuck onto the side of it.
Yep.
So someone make that make sense. I think I've got the banner going across the bottom, make it make sense, right? Yeah, okay. I changed the
Yeah.
banner. Try to. And this one.
Yeah.
What
It's a
is
great
going on?
deception.
Right? What is going on? So
Look at
they
that. It's
carved
built
into the
right
side of
into
this.
it.
They carved into this to build this
Yeah, the
this
top of
brick
it there.
building. Insane, dude. And the dome, yeah, the domes. Why would you build the dome into the side of it too?
Yeah, the backside of the dome is right up against it. Who is
Yeah,
that? How
and
did you
it's
even
so
build that? How did you get behind
right.
there?
It's so beautiful too. I mean, it's not like it's just a piece of rough work. You know, this is an ornate building.
It is.
So this is Jericho, and obviously you can see the brick lines over here, guys. Just as an example, going on, based on the
Oh,
logic
look
that
at
we're
that.
just talking about, this is bricks,
Yep.
and these are layers of bricks. Look at them; they are bricks. So, sorry, I don't want to be too.
They're a bit janky, but yet they're bricks.
Yes, and then here we go again. Jericho, same place, different angle. What on earth is this? Someone look, here's the scaffolding, Doug. Look at the scaffolding.
They're
It's wooden.
slapping some new paint on.
So, and
I wonder if
these are
that's
plainly
OSHA
brick.
approved.
This is red brick, plainly in this corner right here.
Yep.
I would say this is probably the pocket of survival right there. And all these bricks have been destroyed, cooked out,
Hmm.
lost their color, and just fell off. And down at the bottom of here, that is obviously bricks, but it's almost turned into rock, Doug, down at the bottom.
Went block to rock.
Block to rock. And then as further you go down, it became more like rock. I don't know why
Crap,
at
it
the
turned into
bottom.
sedimentary layers.
Yeah. Yeah, that formed over millions of years, guys, and so did this city. This city
It melted
formed
into
over
sedimentary
millions,
layers.
millions of years. Built Jericho. You know, it's just insane. And then the further you go outside the city, there's still apertures and walkways
Look at
and
that.
different. Go ahead, Doug.
It transitions right into it. There's no seam.
Yes,
Where does the building end and the mountain begins?
there is no
Flows
seam.
right into it.
And then the further you go out, it gets worse and worse, right? It gets worse and worse until it becomes a mountain all of a sudden over here. It wasn't here, but it is over here.
Huh.
It makes no sense. There's no, and you can still see the apertures in the side of that part. Sorry if I'm going too fast,
I'd like
Doug.
no. I'd like to put my boots on this ground.
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay, that'd be neat.
This is Jericho, guys. So, look, here's your janky steps, just in case you
Yep, worn down
thought,
from
you know, what I mean,
millions of years of people walking on them.
your janky steps are there, and here's more janky steps down here.
Follow those up. Do the steps transition over to the mountain? Like, is there a point to where these?
Up the ways. Let me look.
Yeah, up,
This one. Follow
and
this
over.
one. Okay.
I
let's
guess
see.
not. Guess
No, it
just
kind of
goes up
terminates.
horizontal wall.
But then
It
again,
does.
where do they go? Nowhere. Right? Again, steps to nowhere. Like where are they going?
Yeah,
Not
right
here.
up, right up to that white part of the building, right in the middle of the screen. If you look above it, that looks like some janky steps above it. Yep, right
Or
there
it
to the
continues
left,
on.
little
Yes. Okay. Over here.
right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Looks like there would have been a stairway there, but then it just
Yes.
meltified. Yep,
That
right
does
there.
look that way.
Like,
That's good. Good. Well spotted, Doug. The picture's a bit weird. I'm sorry. It's very pixely. You know what I mean? It's not great. But where are they going?
I can
Where's the
still
steps going?
see it
You know what I'm
up to
saying,
that
Doug?
next
Like
level there. That's just a
I
bunch of
know,
dirt just
but
came on that next level there,
in the narrative,
but it
though,
wrapped
it's like,
around.
where are they going? I mean, the steps going up on the
Yep,
side of a
steps to
mountain.
nowhere.
It just doesn't make sense. And this little building here, I mean, I don't know what the bricklayers was thinking on that one. Were they taking DMT or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Which,
that reminds me of the hole in the wall over there in Moab. You've seen that where they got the whole
yes,
store inside of the mountain,
interesting.
and they claim that
Yes.
one guy carved it all out back in the 40s or something like that.
I saved this one just to show people the height of this, how high this is. So the scaffolding
Yeah.
would have had to have
After,
been built all the way up the side of this mountain to get to it.
when who would want to go out there and live like a mountain goat?
Like,
Like,
it
let's go
makes
live
no
on a
sense.
cliff edge. Okay.
What's the purpose for this?
How you get?
Why was it so important to build this structure into the side of this mountain, if that story is true? You get what
I
I'm
don't
saying,
know.
Doug?
How you
I
going
mean,
to
why
grow your
would it,
crops?
it's not, it doesn't make sense. None of it. But the height of it. So in order to build this thing, they had to build scaffolding. I don't know how many feet that is. It's a few hundred feet, I'm sure, high, just to get these foundation into these buildings.
Yeah, this is going along with their narrative. Also, of course, we know it was
Yeah,
a huge structure back then,
I'm sarcastic.
and they
I'm
had a
always
different setup.
I tend to be sarcastic about the narrative, and I'm sorry. Hopefully, people pick up on that.
No,
That I joke about it because it's so ridiculous. It's so
I
ridiculous.
live on sarcasm.
Yeah, and this one here in this corner, there's surviving bricks too. It's expanded a bit, right? It's grown in size,
Yep.
being destroyed, but it's still there. This one too. It's not in bad Well, I
Hmm.
mean, it is in bad shape, but it's not not as bad as some of them. But I wonder if some of the bricks melted together, Doug, and formed one larger block.
Yeah, yeah,
You
expansion.
know, because to go from like you can see them down in this corner almost the original width that they would have been to go to this size is a little bit to me is a little, I don't know if they'd expand that much. They might. I don't know.
Well, I think
I've never seen that. So
it's fusing into each other, expanding the heat, the pressure, the weight of
yeah,
it.
that's kind of what
We've never
thought.
seen what an X factor can do, but
No,
obviously it's destructive, powerful.
true.
Wouldn't want to be around when that happened.
No, and imagine behind this mountain there'd be a lot of bodies too. Though a lot of skeletons maybe if they survived the heat. You know, but I would imagine you'd find bones in there too. Again,
Yeah,
another shot.
I don't know what that kind of heat and pressure. They say that's where what diamonds are. Have you heard
Yes,
that?
yes. Well, that was CFM that had mentioned that
Yeah, yeah,
could
that's right.
potentially be what diamonds are. So, and that was on
That
Crow
kind of
Trip.
heat, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There you go. That kind of heat, though, I tend to agree with that. I don't think there would be any, physical body left. It would be a different element.
probably.
It would just change it.
Yeah, evaporated or crushed into nothing. Yeah, I I
Yes,
agree. But I imagine there would be some bones, right? They do find like right these bones in the out in the wilderness, you know, and they label it as what
just like there's.
like some tribe or
I was gonna say,
something.
yeah, but just like there's pockets of survival with the buildings, I'm sure there's pockets of people of the past.
Yeah. Yes.
Been calcified, petrified, what have you.
Here's the other side of that structure. It's the same structure, I believe, in Palestine. What they're calling
Yeah,
Jericho, but
look down below there.
in below here,
Below. Yeah, look at that square
right here.
opening.
I
Yeah,
know,
right there, right
I
there.
know, just for no reason. Big opening, yeah. Apparently, being
And the
sarcastic again.
different levels there.
Looks like there might have been a couple of uh, openings here, Doug, and below this.
Yep.
Maybe aqueducts, maybe a doorway. Who knows what it is, right? I mean, we'd have to go down there and get in there and find it. But let's take some
Could be the
water.
10th
And,
floor.
yeah, let's take some water and ropes, right? We're not going to do a CFM and go and with no water and stuff into a cave.
Yeah.
You get scared the life out of me doing that. Scared the life out of me.
Let's never forget. Let's
Oh
never
man,
forget Ape Cave.
we should get T-shirts made about that. You know, these balconies are hilarious. Is that a balcony? Is that what they're saying that is?
What the heck?
Isn't that crazy? What even is that?
That's
Uh, uh,
that's the lookout tower.
bro, I don't understand what this is for. I mean, I get it. You build a building to live in, right? A house, an apartment, right? But what's this?
That's the, that's the studio apartment for 1,500 a month.
Dude, that's like there's no point for this. I mean, okay, they were struggling for space. I get it on the floor, right? So they had to build up the way, but to to tie it into this mountain, I'm sorry, it's so hilarious to me now. But they did not
Yeah,
do
they had
that.
another kid need another bedroom, so they just put one up there.
That's true. Yeah, they probably had a child. Yeah, a rebellious teenager. Yeah, you could put your rebellious teenager in this little house and you can't get out unless he
Yeah,
comes
let's
down
see you
through.
climb out of that window.
Yeah, Definitely not going that way. That's hilarious, man. This here, man, look at the shape of this nonsense. So instead of leveling out the ground, right, to start to build it, you just build diagonally. Is that it? Is that what you do?
Yeah, it's better that way.
It almost looks
It
like it's
lasts
going to
for
slide
millions of
off,
years that way.
right? It looks like it's going to slide off the mountain. Man, I would not. Would you want to live in that one? Would you buy that one?
I wouldn't step foot in that one.
Dude, I'd be very, very careful about that one. It looks like it's kind of eroding away from the bottom here, doesn't it? Like the foundation of it is
Yeah,
gone. Dude,
that's your lagoon there for your sewer. Just comes out the bottom.
yeah. A flat roof too. Does that make any sense to you? How would a flat
Yeah,
roof on
that
this thing?
roof looks. I think that was an afterthought there.
It looks like rocks are
It
falling
looks
onto it,
wooden.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I would not want to live in that house. I'm sorry. But a rock fall like and
No.
you're dead, you know what I mean? But anyway, so for some reason they had to inset this city into the side of a mountain because there was no other place to put it. Oh, what's this one, Doug? Look at this one. Little hut up on the top of the mountain here.
Is it a little
What
hut?
is I don't know. It looks like a little house of some kind, but it's hard to see. The picture's not great,
Right.
but
There is a roof on it.
there is a roof on it. It looks like a house. So that's the one you go to and you want to get away from the wife, right?
That's the hunting lodge. Yeah,
Hunting
get a
lodge. And
great
you're
shot.
hunting
Great
you're
shot
hunting
from up
mountain
there.
goat? Are you hunting mountain
Yep,
goat?
get your mountain
Is that
goats.
what you're doing? Man, it's just but yeah. If you're
Look at
if
the
you're
holes
still one
in the rock there,
yeah. Oh,
right in the middle.
windows. I just wanted to show that this window is a window, right? We
Look
would
at
all
that.
agree that that's a window.
Yeah,
When you go over here, it's the same size.
same
Look,
size.
same size. It's a window, but you don't think it's a window over here because
Boom,
geology,
baby.
right? So that's a window, plain as day. Come over here. These are windows too,
Yeah,
but you can't see
look at
it
those steps
because
going down.
yeah,
Absolutely.
these steps.
No, right below it, from the white
Oh,
wall, from the first
yeah.
real window
Okay,
there.
yeah, I
The
got you,
steps are coming down, and then they melt into nothing.
man. But yeah, these are windows, the same as that window, which is plainly a window. But you're going to say that this is naturally formed in the side of a mountain.
Yeah, and zoom out and look on the wall right there in the lower left. Same size windows in it. There's
Where are
3
you here?
windows
Oh
there.
yeah, yep. Same
Bottom.
size. That is, dude. I'm glad we saw that because that is almost like, how can you equate geology with what's happening here on the side of this mountain?
Yeah,
You can't.
Pan says evenly placed windows. Yep.
Yeah, they're evenly placed. Perfect, I would say. Well, this one's kind of moved a little bit, but probably the heat, right? But they all
Yeah,
seem
structure.
that they're positioned with intelligence, right? What is these, Doug? See, so are they apertures right there? I know it's hard to see on that picture. Right there?
Columns.
Not sure, but it certainly looks like there's some kind of apertures or opening right there, doesn't it?
Could be a bunch of columns like someone's front porch there, a little wraparound porch.
Interesting.
I'd like to think.
But I just want to reiterate what we were just saying, though. This is important, I think, that is a window where my cursor is right there. My little hand is. That's a window. This is a window. This is a window down in the bottom left here.
Mhm.
All the same size. And then we come up to the mountain face, and the same size of apertures are visible. in the same spot. So I don't see how anybody could make sense of the geology stuff at this point, Doug. Am I wrong?
Yeah, those weren't carved. Mm-mm.
Weren't carved, they weren't eroded, right? They weren't eroded. How would they have been eroded? Exactly positioned this distance
In
apart.
squares.
The same distance almost as you see on the existing one, right? On the what they're calling a building, what we're calling a building. It's almost the same
Yep.
spacing as well.
Yeah, right above that, you see the old facade there, concrete siding, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Yep. Yep. I'm seeing it. That's good. And is this a
And then
door
to
right
the
here,
right of
Doug?
that,
Are you
it
seeing a
looks like a
door
door.
here?
Then right to the,
Maybe?
you got 90-degree angle right to the right of that, heading back to
Yes.
the
Yep.
white building.
Yep.
This corner
Definitely.
of it.
Definitely. Wow.
Yeah, I would easily call that a doorway right there that you were just on.
Yeah. Just trying to see. Well, the size of it. Oh, hey, look at this window down here where my cursor is right there, Doug.
Little arch
Are you
window.
seeing that?
That
That
could be
arch?
it.
All right, come up to
Hey,
here, right? Look at that. It's the
yeah,
same size
same
as
size.
this one. Dude, and then the pillars, like I wonder, I don't know if these are the original ones, like down here. Do you reckon these are still the original
Hmm.
ones? Well, then that would mean these could be
Could be.
like those. But I'm not sure. There seems to be too many of them, Doug. Does there not? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a
All
lot.
depends.
But we're just doing a bit of research. We're just doing a bit of studying and building evidence against geology because we've all known for a long time geology is full of lies and deception. And you can plainly see it with this structure. Here's another little opening right here, which is probably about the same size as this one, Doug.
Hmm.
Hopefully I'm not
Yep.
moving my cursor too fast, but it looks about the same size. So dude, the case is closed as far as I'm concerned on all this stuff, you know. I don't know if I've got any more pictures to show, Doug. But anything else you would want to say about any of this, or
I'm trying to type real quick.
oh, Melanie finally showed up then. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat, guys. We've been trying to get into this evidence here and just tearing geology apart. So, oh, my daughter wouldn't give me the Hello Kitty headset today, Melanie. Sorry about that, but we'll do it next time. If I can steal them off
That's
her,
right. I got my.
I'm gonna have to steal them off her. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing. Back to the StreamYard screen, I think. Uh, still trying to make our navigate this thing pretty good, right? I think we did okay. Uh, I'm hoping everybody enjoyed the show. Oh, there was one thing that you sent me
Hmm.
something earlier, Doug. I'm gonna present that just to
Yeah,
show people. Yeah,
I
let
know
me
how
do
you
that.
like your underwater stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to get a strike. I don't
And
know. Hopefully, it's not
maybe just
copyrighted,
show
right?
just a couple frames of it. Maybe not play the. I thought it was just
Yeah.
an article. I don't think it was a video.
Hopefully, everybody can see this. Oh, I think I forgot to share the sound that time. I
I'm
need to
gonna run and
share
get
the.
some coffee real quick,
Oh, no worries, man.
Johnny.
No worries. Yeah, yeah.
Be right back.
I'll continue just to end. I'm probably going to end the show quite soon, Doug. You know, so if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Um,
well, don't end it just yet. Be back in
no,
two
no, no. I'll
seconds.
I'll, I'll wait on you, bro. I'll wait on you. But I'm going to show
All right.
this clip that Doug had sent me earlier. And if y'all could tell me if his sound is playing on this thing, it would be nice. So let me know if the sound is playing on that, please. I'm sorry. Silence. Radio silence. Just waiting for Doug to get back. He's taking a little bit of a break. If anybody else needs a potty break, you didn't hear the sound, Wendy? There was no sound on it. I'm trying to figure out why this thing is not sharing the sound. I told it to share the sound.
All right.
I don't know what happened there, Doug. It's acting like it didn't want to share the sound. So let me see if I can
Oh,
bring it back.
on the link I
Yeah,
sent you.
yeah. No, I mean it's playing, but it's just that. Why is it not sharing it? I'm clicking the share audio tab thing. Then I'm going to entire screen, share it.
Sorry,
I talk
laughing at
myself.
Melanie there with her fly.
Oh yeah, I talk myself through these things. All right, so
Clickety click, right?
clickety click. So let me play this and see.
There it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but
is off the coast of India, right?
Wendy's saying she can't hear it though. Can you hear it now?
We don't need to hear it, do we? Maybe
Probably
click the
not.
little sound bar at the bottom.
Yeah, it's on. Sounds on. I can hear it playing. You can hear it playing too, right?
In the
But
background. I just knew there was a bunch of underwater stuff off the coast of Japan there. I never
yeah,
haven't
if
really
they're
heard of
if they're
off
they're
India.
not hearing they're not hearing the sound anyway, so I'm just turning it off so we can talk about it.
Sure.
Because they can't hear it anyway, Doug. So, uh, but yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
So what are they doing here? Digging out a no road?
Yep. And then they pull
I'm
out
just
the
saying
old radio.
I never heard of these. Yeah, I never heard of these structures off the coast of India. I've heard them off of Japan or China. Or was
China.
it Japan
Yep.
there that has the huge China, the huge steps and
Yep.
monoliths down there?
Yep. I think it was China. It was one of the things that actually got me into it in the beginning, Doug, was just watching these divers. They weren't even geologists going down and
Hmm.
finding these huge structures, huge. But I noticed that they always throw in the radiocarbon dating in there whenever they're talking about this stuff because they want to make it sound really technical, really technical, and a doctor needs to understand this kind of thing, right? So that's what they
Yeah.
do. They put those terms in there so no one can really, uh, well, question. There you go. I'm going to pause it right there. Radiocarbon dating points to it being built, ancient Stone Age. I can't see it because of my message up here, but Havar peoples around 4900, right? BCE, before Christ, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, but again, radiocarbon dating did that. Dude, it's nonsense.
Yeah. Set and egg.
Uh,
Radiocarbon dating equals Santa Claus. Yep. I agree.
exactly. It's the same deal. Same deal. And I'm sorry. I know that we're not all fans of Answers in Genesis. It's a ministry that used to. This is before flat Earth, before meltology, before any of this stuff. They're anti-evolution, right? And they did a lot of research into carbon dating, and proved it all to be nonsense.
Hmm.
And they
Yep.
proved that. Now I know they're not flat earthers, they're not meltologists, but they do have scientists that can counter these arguments with these guys, like
Yep.
who are equally as intelligent, right, as the geologist scientist. And I mean, I'm not willing to discount ministries like that, like Answers in Genesis. You know what I mean, Doug? Because they do have
Yeah.
information that we can use, like to back
Well,
up
I believe
our arguments.
I was going to say I think there's even some jack wagons out there that are even trying to say that carbon dating is a joke. But
Exactly.
I think
Yep.
that lie is unraveling itself little by
Yep.
little.
Definitely is. And then you see what?
Was that all they showed right there in that one?
Yeah, it loops, Doug. It just loops around that little show. You'll see it comes around. That's been the second time we played it there, really. But so, what is this guy doing? Is this an archaeologist down here?
I think Friendella's is right. They're just looking for gold. That does look like
Yes.
how they do the Bering Sea.
Yeah. So that's all it does. It just keeps looping around, Doug. So that's the third time
Yeah,
around
bummer.
on it. So yeah, but
It does look like an
interesting.
old road.
We'll pause it right there just so we can look at it. But yeah,
Hmm.
I mean it's either a road or it's some kind of structure, right? It's I don't know what to call it, right?
Top of
I
a
don't know if
building.
it's a road, but it could be the top of a building. It could be a whole bunch of stones that just fell over. It could be a lot of
Hmm.
things, really. But one thing we do know, it's not natural. It was built there. So yet again,
Let's
more.
drain the oceans and get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. And I am. I don't know if you want to call it a day or what you want to do, Doug. If you want to do some more, I have other
Ah,
folders that I can go into.
me too.
Uh,
I don't
let's
want to
see. Here's
burn
one
through them
here.
all in the first stream here.
I know, but oh, you see my Johnny Cool thing, right? That was my Johnny Cool logo.
Well done.
It came
I like
from
it.
that. I showed it at the beginning. There is a Johnny Cool,
Hmm.
like a movie. Okay, so let me
Huh.
go to that again. Actually, let's see if I can find
Yeah.
that again.
I think I missed that.
So
My
here you
frantic
go.
panic to get live.
I don't want to get uh, banned, so I'm only going to play a little bit of this. So let's go to the end. This is my intro. This part, like first like minute of this one, and then for the outro, I'll probably go from
What's
like what?
uh I was gonna say, what music do you have to it?
Uh, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I hope that we'll be able to hear it, but
Or is it
they can let me know if they can hear it or not. So I'll play it. All right, I don't want to get booted off YouTube yet, you know. But yeah, that's Johnny Cool. So
you think it's just the imaging that'll get you a strike?
were you able to hear that? Was everyone able to hear that?
No, no audio, but it was playing.
Oh, oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to learn how to share that stuff. Yeah, I don't know why it's not playing the audio. It was supposed to be.
Yes, there are no experts here.
No, but I'm gonna go to my favorite, and that's gonna be Yandex, right? And
Hmm.
in Yandex, obviously, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just insane how people can look through this and not realize that there's something greater going on, right? Than what meets the eye. Like these type of
Frequencies.
structures, like what the heck? What is this? You know what I'm saying? What is that?
Hmm.
That's in Mexico, apparently. I mean, what? Hopefully, you can see that
You
pretty
go
good.
full screen with that.
What you want to? Okay, hold on. Let's see. I didn't know if there was much to say about it, but let's do it. See, that's the problem with
The
Yandex.
first picture.
That's how it comes up.
Hmm.
You know, you can't really zoom it. You'd have to clip it
You
out.
can't.
You know, to nah, it won't let you zoom in on it, Doug, like that.
Dang it.
But I can save an image and do it that way.
Yeah, you gotta save it. Save
You
it
know
to
what
a
I mean?
folder, and then
Let's do it that way. So I'm just going to give it a random name, and then we'll pull it up down here. Alrighty. So what on earth is going on with this structure? I mean, is it ancient? I'm guessing they didn't build this anytime soon.
huh?
I mean, I don't know nothing about this structure. It may just be an exhibit or something. You know what I mean, Doug? All concrete, maybe
Yeah,
just
it
some
could be a
painted
little.
something.
There's some scaffolding out there.
Yeah, yeah, I see that, but
Yeah, it could be
nah,
modern construction
it might be. It might actually be. It looks too good, doesn't
built,
it?
maybe built on top of an older structure, and they just claimed it as their own. And
Well, that's what they like to
I
do,
don't know,
isn't it? They try to say,
to
"Oh, we
push the
can imitate."
narrative.
Yeah, always cover up what they've always covering up things. Although this is getting out of
Hmm.
control for them guys, I don't think they can cover this stuff up for much longer.
Oh, Red Storm just showed up.
I don't know. Oh, here's a good one. Let's look at this one. Oh, there you go. There
Ah,
you go. So
is that dome in the cliffside there?
it looks like it's been built into it, Doug. Apparently,
Make it make it big.
if I do, that's as big as you get, right?
Isn't that what? Yeah,
Let me make a copy of this, and then we can look at it
I
a
was
bit
making fun of
closer.
Jen there.
Oh, is Jan here?
No, she always says that. Make it big, and I just chuckle every time she says it.
Yeah. It doesn't want to come up as a. See, I'll clip it.
En-
This is how I,
Enhance.
this is how I do it. I have to screen clip it. It's a quick way of doing that. But see, let's do a JPEG. I'm showing everybody my folders and stuff as well, my tabs. You know,
Yeah,
not sure if I want everybody to see my tabs this early.
letting all the letting all the tabs hang out.
Yeah. Right, so I'm surprised anybody's still here. There's 10 people still here in the chat. It's kind of crazy, you know, sitting watching us
Awesome.
babbling on about stuff. All right, so here we go. So that was that one that we just found. And they're so easy to find on Yandex, guys. You can go to Yandex and find all kinds of stuff, high quality. I mean, the images are really high quality. I don't even know how they can do that, but it's yeah. What do you think about
Look at
this
that.
one, Doug?
Go to the top there. You can see that
On the top?
archway just morph
Let's
right
see.
into that tower and dome.
This here, right in here.
Yep. Doesn't that look like an arch?
Yep, absolutely. It's something coming across and then joining into the side of this. How the
Mm-hmm.
how on earth? I- I'm not a
Hmm.
builder, Doug. I'm not a like a. I don't work with bricks and stuff, but that's insane. I don't know. Is there anybody that can explain how you would tie a
It's not the
rock
way I would do it.
into? There may be an expert
Yeah,
in here
why?
somewhere. What on earth? And then such an ornate window. Is that not an ornate window right there? And this one too on the
It
front.
is.
I mean, look,
It is. That's a lot of detail to slap on a cliffside.
isn't it? Like, I mean, what lunatic would do that? I mean, I guess there are lunatics who do a lot of things, but I
Just
don't
to
know. But
build it all muffed up from the get-go doesn't make sense.
yeah, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying to determine, Doug, is this something someone has? Look, because the roof looks kind of new, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The roof looks kind of new. Some of the features look kind of new, but
Well, it was
this,
founded.
there's no way. This is not. I think this is original, right? I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure the windows are original too. I don't know. There's no way to determine
It was
really.
established.
Yes, but they cover this stuff up,
Established, founded. They just
and
it's
here you go.
Freemason, right?
The cross on the top. They've put their cross on the top of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I kind
Took
of
down the tech.
understand. Huh? Where are you looking?
They took down the cross up there. They took down the tech and added in religion.
Yeah, yeah, and it's. Um, I have a lot to say about that. Okay, I'm
But
a
where's
Bible
this at?
believer, but I have
Yeah.
things to say about this symbol and where they come from and stuff. So, and where is this at? Is
Mm-hmm.
that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Where was it? Let me see. Palestine again? I think it was the same place,
Okay.
like that Palestine spot, that big crazy ass
Not here
city.
not on this continent.
No, no, but not on this continent, but the same sort of stuff, isn't it? Though it doesn't
Yep.
matter where you go; it's the same stuff. There's another one. Is Lem Lemba? Oh no, that's the name of the photography place, I guess. I don't know where this
Now
is.
this is supposed to be across the pond
Yeah, I believe this is supposed to be
because
there as well.
doesn't that look just like the stuff in the Southwest here?
No, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure if we were to look, we would find the same stuff, right? In fact, that's what I was
Do they
trying
have
to do before.
cowboys and Indians over there?
Ah, yes, obviously.
I mean,
That's what I was.
let's
That's
say
what I was trying to do.
that's how Native
Was
Americans.
in this folder. I was. There's the one from America, Verde, right? That's the
Yeah.
Verde
Yeah.
one. Um, let me see. Jericho. Pull that up like that.
It's almost like
Here's
they took down the domes of the Verde one. Like they got rid
yeah.
of them.
So if I was to tell you, pick one, which one's America, which one's over in the Middle East, right? From these two images,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost the same, isn't it?
Same
I mean,
concept, same building on the mountainside. Yeah.
except for
built
the
into the
dome, like you
cliffside.
say. The dome, like you say. They don't
I'm
have
sure.
domes on these
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. You got
But
get you have to get rid of the dome because that pushes another narrative
yeah,
or the truth.
I I mean, who's to say these could have had domes on top of them originally, right? They took them off,
I bet they
or
did.
or it was just destroyed, right?
Or they're
Could
made
have
out of
just been
copper or
destroyed.
gold and they were stolen.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, these ones are right. They're copper, right there. They're
Hmm.
discolored. I see the green on it. They're a bit
Yep.
corroded and stuff. But oh, there's a clean one
You
right
say
there.
that's copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, right below it.
So definitely. And why would you do copper on a roof, right? I mean, what reason? The expense would be so. Would you do it like? I mean, I might do it if it was a one-off, right? Maybe a really
Yeah.
grand place or whatever. But you see them everywhere. These domes are not uncommon. I'm sure they're
About
common.
on every
Sorry.
Capitol building.
Yeah. So why would do that every time? And it's not really the best for
You know,
weather. I mean, there's other materials that would
yeah.
be
Why do
more
we have
suitable.
them? Why do we have them on
Yeah.
post office buildings in the middle of nowhere?
I'm pretty much out of things to show unless somebody wants to suggest something that we want to look at. And to be honest with you, I need to take a break. We could come
Yeah,
back
I'm good.
later if you want. But
There's Shapu.
oh,
Shapu just showed up.
look at this one, Doug. That's crazy. Like somewhere in India.
Yeah.
Was that Hersham Palace? Oh, Jericho again. Jericho again? For real?
I wonder how much stuff was over here in the Americas that they just destroyed or won't let us go see.
I have no clue.
And they just want to say that it's just all in the Middle East and nowhere else.
This here is just fascinating to me. It's not just the building, Doug, right? It's got the pillars. Nice pillars. They're
Hmm.
they're very cylindrical, very ornate. But the etching on the side of this wall. Are you kidding me? Who's sitting
Yep.
etching all this stuff? I mean, I get it. You've got slaves,
Is
right?
that
You've got you've say you're a pharaoh and you have all these slaves, millions of people. Not everybody carve that stuff. Doesn't matter if you've got
you know?
a how many slaves you've got.
That could be. I don't know. They're facading, and you have your roller concrete stamp or imprint concrete. Who's to say it wasn't that? They just stamped it in there when it was wet.
True, true.
I'd
Oh no,
believe that
I
before
don't.
they. I believe they used
I don't.
copper tools to carve it in.
No, I don't think they carved it. No, I do not think they carved any of this stuff. Just to say that, I was being sarcastic again to say like,
Yeah, yeah.
how the hell, like, you got to think about this. Who's doing this stuff? Not, you have artists, right? That we have a few artists in the group right now who are good at this stuff, but I'm not. You don't want me artistic carving something. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm not that guy. You need the right guy to do that. I'm just gonna pull that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude. So let's take a look here. Like, look how much detail and intricacy there is on these carvings or reliefs, I guess.
It's amazing that water erosion hasn't gotten rid of those over the millions of years.
Good point. It's a good point. It's supposed to have, right? I mean, it destroyed the rest of it, right? The entire building was like destroyed almost, but oh, These reliefs
Yeah.
stayed really good, didn't they? Nah, I
Only that
they didn't
part of the
carve
world.
nothing. They didn't carve nothing. I'm sorry. And here, look, even up on the pillar, Doug. Well, of course, that looks like a repair
Yep.
job. Is that a repair job? Yeah, maybe,
But a lot of it is.
maybe. Just wondering though.
And maybe some repair, cover up carvings, quote
Yes,
carvings, paintings.
I because this material doesn't look. It looks kind of new, doesn't it? This material.
Hmm.
I bet they have like put like a little bit of a facey on it,
And they could
just to
make it
fix
look
it.
weathered and worn.
Yeah, I suppose
I don't know,
they
I'm
could
just
definitely
when it
trick
comes
us.
to this stuff, I'm kind of skeptical on what's original and what's fake.
Me too, Doug. Me too. I don't really take any of their narrative. As I've said in some of
Hmm.
my videos, that's my whole thing. Is like we got to break this narrative. These stories we've been told about Egypt, right? Pharaohs.
Bricks there on the left.
I mean,
Hmm.
some of it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, totally bricks right there. But we've been fed lies. I mean,
I really don't believe all the history story on Egypt.
no,
Don't buy it.
no, me
And they
neither.
just want you to think that the pyramids are only right there in Egypt and nowhere else. That's
Yep,
a big lie.
yep. But this building is just insane. Like if this was done when they said it was done, they definitely didn't chisel that out. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Now, these blocks look like they might be the originals, right? On the sides of them, at least. Hard to say. Like you said, it's very, very well done. If they did do a cover up, it would definitely be believable, right? They'd make it believable.
Yep.
They're very good at it. Been doing it for a long time.
If
See
they
what
could
else we
build like
can.
that back then and that advanced, and if they are legit, who's to say they didn't have any type of laser etching, that could do it in
True,
30 seconds?
true. I need to plug my phone in here. But yeah, it's hard to. We don't know everything. You know what I mean? But we know how to spot lies at this point. I think.
Hmm.
You still there, Doug? Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
still
think
here.
I think that's our main kind of weapon right now is just to be able to be critical about something and ask all the questions and think it through in a thousand different ways. And then we have each
Yeah,
other to bounce things off of and say, someone will say, like if it's a like what you're saying about this building, like you've just pointed out, this could be a cover up. This could be made this way to tell a story to fool us.
yep.
And it made me
Further
think
his
about that
story.
too.
Yep.
Yeah. And you helped me to think about that. So I wouldn't be fooled by it. I'm still not fooled to the point where I'm saying I believe what they're saying about ancient Egypt, all this kind of stuff, because I'm not. I don't believe that, any of it. But they're very good at doing this, though. I've kind of run out of things to say for now, unless you want to do something particular.
I'm good. I think this is a good little 2 hour
Place to
stream.
stop.
Are we going on 2 hours now?
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
want to beat a dead horse. You know what I mean? First time goes
Yeah.
on, we'll get
I'm
more
sure
longer streams.
everyone's tired of looking at my black screen there below your picture.
Yes, you're gonna have to get that sorted out, Doug. You get yourself an icon on there.
I don't have a
But
hello I don't have a Hello Kitty camera, so sorry.
No. Well, if I my daughter, like I used it for my first when I was doing tests and and none of it's up on the internet, but I made the mistake of showing Melanie about it. So, and now it's and it's fine.
Right,
So one day
I'm
I'll
using
wear it.
my yeah, I said I'm using my Xbox headset, so
Oh, are you? Sweet. I had to go out and
it
bought
looks just
for
like
him.
what you're wearing.
I had to go buy a new one. I didn't have one, and kind of it's no good like without him really doing this. But
Yeah,
I'm going to close all these tabs out
fly
and
avatar. Yeah, we'll see about that, Melanie.
then I will do my little outro. But it's been a pleasure talking to you, Mesa. Hopefully we will do it again in further streams,
Sure.
future streams, and maybe get some other people
This
on
is
here too, and just
having have another
all
test
right.
stream. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, no test stream with everybody
this was
on it.
fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Doug, and care.
Appreciate you having
And
me.
I'm gonna remove you out of it, and then I'll do my outro. What I'm gonna try to
All
do is
right.
an
Thanks
outro
everyone for
anyway.
showing up.
Yeah, we really
Thanks for
appreciate
listening to
everybody
us.
supporting us. You guys are awesome. You know,
And Johnny, thank you.
no, I appreciate it. Doug, it was a great presentation. Loved it. Loved it. All right. Well, take care. Have a good day.
Adios, muchachos.
Adios.
All right, CFM just showed up. Hi, CFM. Bye.
All right. I just took Doug off the stage there so we can. I'm going to try to do this as my outro. I hope, man. Can you guys hear this thing playing? Well, I don't know why the sound isn't playing on that, but I'll try to get it figured out for next time. And but I really appreciate everybody showing up and being with us on the stream. And we will see you all next time. And anybody has any suggestions of streams you want to do, let us know. And I might wear the Hello Kitty headset. I don't know. I haven't decided. But take care of yourselves, everyone, and have a good day and good night or good day.